You know, I came home.
It was bad enough, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So did you ever did your unit ever come on attack, like mortars or anything? That
You
location.
know, I was at home. I left there, and 30 days to the day that I left there, the company was attacked. I think 6 people were killed, and 72 was wounded.
Wow. Okay.
And the people that were killed, all of them were cooks, because the mortar landed right in the middle of the cook's hooch.
Oh, okay. Okay. I won't make any comments on that. Yeah. Okay. Well, so while you were there, did you ever have any R&R?
One time we had R&R. I believe it was Latrine. You know, we had we went up there. I was in the South China Sea, and I almost got drowned.
Wow.
You know, it kept on the undercurrent kept on pulling me out.
Oh yeah, you were swimming in the. Oh, okay. Were you a good swimmer?
A couple of guys, no.
Oh, okay. So how did you survive this? It almost pulled you out.
A couple of guys came out and got me.
Oh, okay. They obviously saw you struggling, I guess, right? Okay. All right. So being on R&R, well, let's say during this period of time, were you ever afraid when you were there, or were you just cautious?
No, I just blocked it out, and I was cautious.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. And would you have spent your 12 months, or how long time?
It was 11 and a half months.
11 and a half
I spent
months.
there.
Okay.
Because my replacement came in early.
Okay. And this would have been someone with your same MOS? Or,
Right.
Okay. Were you, at this time, do you recall what month you might have left? And year?
I left there in February, March. I left there in March.
64?
Yes.
March 64. All right. What was, looking back over that 11 months, what was the most memorable thing about your tour of duty there that sticks in you?
Well, the most memorable thing, I believe, was when the first sergeant would hold formation, or the company commander would hold formation. He said, "I want you and you and you to go out as gunners today." You know, so you didn't have a choice; you had to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what was a gunner? What was?
Well, it was you had to ride on a helicopter and stand in the middle of the door with your gun, you know, your rifle, and you fired on the Viet Cong if they fired on you.
Okay, so they made those assignments on a daily basis, even to the supply,
Yes.
MOS people,
Yes.
clerks. Okay. Yeah. So would you have been?
But that was mostly if the people from Tonsanut and all had their flying time in. I never got combat pay. I didn't get no extra money while I was there. You know, the guys get their time in, and then I flew, but I didn't fly enough to get combat pay.
Oh. Okay. I thought anybody in country, they probably changed that later on. If you were in country,
They probably did change it later on.
Oh, okay.
Because I know they changed the amount of money that you get and everything after I got out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. All right.
But when I left Vietnam, I went to Fort Benning, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had to train the guys that was going to Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that was an experience in itself.
Okay. All right. We'll get to that in a second. Let's say now you're a short time in Vietnam, and you only went on R&R maybe once to the South China Sea. When you were headed back home, what was your way of operating the last few weeks, and what happened? You know, just taking us from the last couple of weeks to the time you were.
Well, when I left Vietnam, I traveled to West Virginia. I
Oh, okay. Did you fly out of Saigon, or what? How did you get to?
I flew from Saigon to it was the Philippine Islands,
Mm-hmm.
and we had an emergency landing in the Philippines
Mm-hmm.
because something was wrong with the aircraft.
Was this commercial plane or military?
It was commercial because it was flying tag
Oh, okay.
airlines.
Okay.
And I left there and I flew to Charleston, West Virginia.
From the Philippines?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Well, from there to Ohio, from Ohio to Charleston.
Oh, okay.
And I got married the 14th of April.
Okay.
And that marriage only lasts for 18 months.
All right.
And I was divorced 18 months later.
Okay. Okay. So you got married once you got from Vietnam to. Had this been a girlfriend you've been writing to and back and forth with?
Yes. Well, I met her in West Virginia before I left, really.
Mm-hmm.
And, I picked her up, took her to a couple of picnics, or to the picnic that our church had at Washington Carver 4-H camp. And we communicated after that. I went over to her house, and I met her parents. And from there, we communicated the whole time I was in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
Then when I left, we got married.
Okay. All right. So now you left Clark. You left the Philippines. Probably I think it was probably Clarkfield. And then you went back home. And how long did you stay at home?
Well, I had 1 year's leave plus they gave me more time. I think I had 45 days leave on total.
Okay. Did you take all of it there when you
Yes.
got back from Vietnam?
Yes.
So what did you do when you were on leave other than get married? Did you get married when you were on leave? Right?
Yeah, got married and then you try to satisfy the wife.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. And that's a job, isn't it?
It could be.
Yeah. Okay. So now you're at the end of your leave. You went to Fort Benning.
Yes.
Did you take your wife with you?
No, well, she had just finished college, and she was teaching elementary school.
Okay. Okay.
And she came down there to visit once, and her mother had a page at the airport, told her she didn't come back home, she was going to take her life. So, she went back home.
Okay. All right. So you went to Fort Benning from West Virginia. How did you get to Benning this time?
I believe I caught a bus.
Caught a bus. Okay. All right. So you got down to Fort Benning, and you mentioned, and obviously this was you were a veteran of Vietnam and all that stuff. And so what happened at Benning, and what did you do at Benning? What was your job?
Well, at Benning, I did the same thing actually that I did in Vietnam.
To supply.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I supplied the helicopters that they were training the guys to go to Vietnam.
Oh, okay. 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 All right.
They were rappelling from ropes and
Mm-hmm.
all that. So.
Was this the airborne unit?
Well, it wasn't airborne. It was just the Army.
Oh, okay.
They call it rappelling.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Okay. So now that you're at Benning, and you were doing the same thing as was being the supply and requisition clerk.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of your friends that you had made from Vietnam leave Vietnam with you? I think you say your whole class went there. Did it?
Right. We left at different times because you had to have a replacement to come in